is my turn to solo the heroic tank raid. In Maw, we all join, everybody zeros that wants to, and we rotate who gets to solo it as opposed to everyone clamoring to try to solo it. It works, it's fine, but this is my first time soloing it since Galactic Legendaries have come out, so I wanted to just see what happens if I use my heroic Sith solo team. Obviously, there are many teams that are capable of soloing the tank raid. This is nothing new. This is nothing special. I'm just bored and wanted to record it and make a video. This is the team that I use for Heroic Sith. The reason why you haven't seen me put out a Heroic Sith solo raid video is because every time I go to record it, something goes wrong and someone dies too early, and I end up not being able to solo it. And every time I don't record, I manage to solo it. So still trying to get the good footage for soloing the Heroic Sith raid. I promise it will come out eventually. Not that it's anything newsworthy either at this point, because so many have done and are continuing to do it on a daily basis. But whatever. Can't go wrong with more videos. Or can you? So I've gotten a lot of questions and comments about my stance on Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker. For the most part, people thought it was a fairly rational stance to take, so I appreciate that. But the questions really have revolved around, or questions and comments, a lot of them have revolved around spending with regard to Jedi Knight Luke. If you know me, you know that I'm a hoarder, so I have hoarded lots of relic materials, gear salvage, so I should be able to gear Luke up fairly easily. I also should be able to get him fairly easily. And I've said this before, most of the toon requirements to even participate in the event, with the exception of 3, really are toons that we all are, or at least should be using every single day, and should already have relatively high relic levels, if not fully relic 7, i.e. Chewie, 3PO, all the rebels. So yeah, I think that most people within the top 100 guilds should be good to go to at least participate in the Jedi Knight Luke event. Of course, Cholo, Rolo, and Lando. Not everyone is going to have at G12 or G13. I just G13'd and Relic 3'd them the other day. Cholo actually can be useful in GAC if you are still playing a ZVC Scoundrels team on defense. Less common up in the top of Tier 1, but certainly very common overall. Lando, it's kind of a waste of a Relic 3. Rolo, same thing, waste of a Relic 3. But look, the impetus is that more Rebel toons will be forthcoming. The devs hinted at Battle of Endor when they were talking about Jedi Knight Luke. So any content that comes out with regard to Battle of Endor, whether it's the terrestrial Battle of Endor or the space naval Battle of Endor, we obviously do not know. I think that those toons will be helpful in at least some content that comes out, or should be hopefully coming out down the road. I would love to see a terrestrial Battle of Endor territory battle, even if it includes Ewoks, which means we'll all have to G13 and Relic Ewoks at some point or another. But if it comes with new content in the form of a Battle of Endor territory battle, I will make my peace with that. Yeah, so I'd definitely be good with that. I've been invoking the rumored forthcoming Death Star raid a lot, over and over and over. Maybe there's been an oversight. Maybe the forthcoming Death Star raid is actually a Death Star 2 raid. We don't know. We genuinely don't know. I would be okay with that too. The Death Star 2 battle is a lot more exciting than the first Death Star battle insofar as there's far more ordnance, different ships, many more ships involved. So that could be interesting and a lot of fun. But yeah, I do think some people are really upset at Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight, but he's really, comparatively, he's not an insanely expensive, at least as far as the requirement levels. We don't know what the actual event difficulty is going to be like, but the requirements are not asininely expensive, unlike Galactic Legendaries. So I'm not really sure why everyone's so mad. Yes, I did see also separately, somewhat unrelatedly, that the road ahead has been pushed back until much later this year, which makes it fairly clear that Luke is kind of just a pacifier, but that's okay. I'm still excited to use Luke, test him out, and see where he slots in best and how he counters really the top 4 or 5 meta teams in the game. So, there's plenty of work for us to do in the interim. We're already halfway through June, so by the time the summer's over, Mandalorian will be coming back in October. We'll hopefully, probably, very likely have some more Mandalorian content in the game, even if it's just characters. Maybe we're thinking too much into it, and maybe the Death Star raid will be mentioned or talked about or even come out before the road ahead, because they have mentioned it before. So we don't know. I am cautiously optimistic. At least, very least, they were forthcoming and said, look, don't expect road ahead or any real information until November. Okay, that sets the bar pretty low. Maybe we'll be surprised to the upside. You never know. But look, status quo. Just keep on chugging along. Yeah, I'm not overly thrilled, but look, it's Star Wars. I'd rather be playing this game than almost any other game, with the exception of Game of Thrones Beyond the Wall, because I have a lot of fun playing that game. But look, it is what it is. We're kind of a captive audience at this point. Sure, lots of people are quitting, retiring, giving up their accounts, but there's still enough interest in the game for them to keep churning stuff out. I mean, realistically, there's always going to be interest in Star Wars. So maybe the spending at the top tapers off a little bit. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. It is what it is. I'm more concerned, quite frankly, with what's going on in the world. So even though I'm not totally thrilled with how Swigo has gone, it's still a good distraction to real life. The markets have kind of taken a break today, Wednesday, which is okay. There's a lot of lateral movement, it looks like. So I'm okay with that. If there's another really big dip, which I don't think is out of the realm of possibility, I might actually put more money in because the Fed has made it very clear that interest rates will not be raised until 2022. So if you have money, you're not going to make any money on your money unless it's in the stock market. That much has become very, very clear. So I hope everyone's chilling out, relaxing. Rosie just came and visited me on the couch while Bella is asleep because she works tonight. Everyone just keep it cool. We're all in this together. Whether we're talking about COVID or social unrest or calls to defund the police, whatever the case is, we're all in this together. Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot else to talk about. Admittedly, this video is kind of a stretch. It's not new, like I said. It's not all that interesting. I had a bunch of Zoom conferences for work, and markets have been pretty flat most of the day, so I said, I'll just record my HAAT run and just, give a little bit of Bob Ross, keep it cool. See a happy little Supreme Leader Kylo Ren there, just happy to swipe away at the HAAT over and over again. A happy little Hermit Yoda there, just keeping him buffed. And a very unhappy little HAAT and Tank Commander there. Very unhappy. Very unhappy B2s getting wiped out as soon as they pop up. Oh yeah, that's that. Again, this is pretty boring, but I felt like doing it. Because I haven't made a raid video in a very, very long time. I'll probably try to make it at least funny in the title, world's 1 billionth HAAT solo with SLKR. Oh, and now he is solo. Maybe I should have tried it solo SLKR from the beginning. I feel like if anyone could do it, SLKR probably could. And there it goes. Oh, and there goes Rosie, going back to the bedroom. It's much cooler in there. Okay, all right. I'll be putting out my Phase 2 LSGOTB battles in a few hours. So hang tight for those.